driving down the road, and suddenly your smart key loses connection with the car. Now the engine won't respond and you can't start it again. Would you take it to a shop and spend good money on a replacement? No. I'm going to show you how to fix it at home using simple tools you already have. Let's take a look. I start by opening the remote. Use a thin prying tool and work along the seam. Don't force it. Move slowly until the cover separates. Now I check the problem. I take a multimeter and set it to continuity mode. Then touch the probes together to confirm it's working. It beeps. So we're good. Next, I switch to voltage mode and place the probes on the battery terminals. There's no reading, which tells me the battery is dead. A healthy CR2032 should read close to 3 volts. And if it drops below about 2.5 volts, the remote may stop working. So we've found the issue. Instead of replacing the battery right away, I'm going to show you a quick way to bring it back temporarily. This is not a long-term fix, but it can help you get the remote working again when you need it. For this, I use an old phone charger. The output is 5 volts and 2 amps. This kind of charger is common and easy to find. I take a pair of pliers and carefully strip the outer insulation from the cable. Inside, you will see 4 wires with different colors. 2 of them are thin signal wires, and 2 are thicker power wires. I keep the 2 thicker ones and cut away the thinner pair. Work slowly here. And it's easy to damage them if you rush. Before using it, I test the charger. I plug it into a power outlet and use the multimeter to measure the output across the 2 wires. The reading is around 5 volts. That means the charger is working properly. Do not use a high-power charger for this step. Too much current can overheat the battery and cause damage. Now I move to the battery. Place the red wire, the positive, on the back of the coin cell and secure it with a bit of electrical tape so it stays in place. Then plug in the charger. Next, lightly touch the black wire to the other side of the battery. To keep it steady, you can use a small screwdriver to hold the wire in place. Don't keep it there too long, just tap it on and off in short bursts to avoid overheating. What we're doing here is giving the battery a quick boost, not trying to fully charge it. So keep the contact brief and controlled. After a few short pulses, I remove the wires and move on to test the battery. After a few short pulses, I stop and remove the wires. Now I test the battery again with the multimeter. This time, I get a reading close to 3 volts. That tells me the battery has recovered enough to be used again, at least for a short time. Before putting everything back together, I take a closer look at the condition inside the remote. A dead battery is not always the only reason these devices stop working. In many cases, the real problem comes from dust, moisture, or light corrosion building up over time. These small particles can settle on the contact points and create a thin layer that blocks the electrical signal. Even a small amount of buildup is enough to make a button feel unresponsive or completely stop working. I start with dry cleaning first. I use an old toothbrush and gently brush across the rubber keypad, the plastic housing, and the circuit board. I don't rush this step. I move slowly and make sure I reach into the corners where dust tends to collect. The rubber layer plays an important role here. It helps seal the buttons and protect the electronics from dirt and moisture, but over time it can still trap fine particles. If you work in environments like construction, woodworking, or spend a lot of time driving in dusty conditions, this buildup can happen much faster. Fine dust, sawdust, or even smoke can settle inside small devices like this without you noticing. The same issue can affect other electronics too, like phone charging ports, microphones, or speaker grills. When these areas get dirty, performance drops, connections become unstable, and devices may start to fail. That's why regular cleaning makes a big difference. You don't have to wait until something stops working. A quick check and light cleaning every so often can help prevent problems before they start. Keep your tools clean, store them in a dry place, and avoid exposing them to moisture whenever possible. Simple habits like this can extend the life of your devices and save you from unexpected issues later on. Next, I focus on the contact points. I take a piece of fine sandpaper, around 1,200 grit, and lightly rub the contacts. This removes oxidation and improves conductivity. I don't press hard, just enough to clean the surface. Then I take a small screwdriver and gently lift the metal contacts under the buttons. Over time, repeated use can flatten them, which reduces contact. By lifting them slightly, I improve the connection when the button is pressed. Now I move to WD-40. I spray a small amount into a cap, not directly onto the board. Then I dip a cotton swab into it and carefully clean the contacts, the board, and the inside of the casing. WD-40 helps remove moisture, clean light corrosion, and improve electrical contact after cleaning. I use a paper towel to wipe away any excess. You don't want too much liquid left inside. WD-40 is useful in many situations. You can use it to free stuck locks, reduce squeaks in hinges, and protect metal surfaces from rust. Here, it helps restore reliable contact inside the remote. So instead of replacing the entire key or paying for a repair, you can solve this problem with simple tools and a bit of time. This method gives you a quick fix when you need it most. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear if this worked for you, and if you enjoy practical repairs like this, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss the next project. Now everything is clean and ready. I place the battery back into its slot. I set the circuit board into position and align it with the casing. Then I close the outer shell and press it firmly until it snaps back together. Time to test it. I press the button and the LED lights up right away. That's a good sign. Now I take it outside and test it on the car. I press the unlock button, and the car responds. The remote is working again.